as I've told y'all before, there's going to be times where I switch things up. And I would prefer to go live because there's a lot of topics that I am going to discuss today. There are a bunch of different things that have been going on. I haven't really posted much over the weekend, but I wanted to go ahead and speak on a lot of different topics. And this one about Keke is gonna be the main one. I'm gonna get into Keke. I posted, if you follow me on Twitter, I posted a video on Twitter of Keke Palmer performing. And she's getting up there basically talking about how she doesn't need a man, even though she desperately got back with her boyfriend, apparently. And she's talking about how having a baby made her assets fatter. This is the state of motherhood, and we're going to get into it. Salute to everybody that's here. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the Patreons. And speaking of Patreon, for those of you who follow me on there, I posted a video about Keke Palmer a few days ago. I got another one coming. I'm going to speak about Andrew Tate and conservative women. Shout out to Buff Curry, 813, Turner. Appreciate it joining. You conservative heifers, and I'm going to have a whole video series. I've already recorded 2 videos. I'm going to post them to Patreon as soon as I can. And I'm going to talk about how fake you conservative women are. See, y'all are the type of women who have gone through your slur phase and you want to get married. And what you do is you try to pretend like you're conservative when really you're just a desperate heifer that's looking to get wifed up. And you have picked Andrew Tate to use as a talking point to attack men that won't get married, because that's what he symbolizes. He symbolizes men that won't get married, right? That's going to lead a bachelor lifestyle. Y'all can't have that. Y'all can't have men wanting to be bachelors. So what you do is you want to attack an ideology. This is why the red pill is growing, because you heifers are exposing who you really are. A lot of y'all are fake. You're fraudulent. You're not conservative. You're a desperate heifer looking for a husband. Let's see who's here. Sigma, after high school, caveman, Augusta, David, 2-5 kid, Raheem, Chris V, Deal, Boss Lady, what's good? Nate, Zeke, Kenneth. Let's see. General Washington, Learning, Latasha, Sir Yeetus, Tyrone, Nightingale, Sir Lance, General Washington. See, Buff Curry, Kirk Robertson, Durain Thomas, Ernest. Shout out to Ernest with the first super chat. Aboa was good. Unscripted Truth. Jay Muir, Derek was good, Derek. Shout out to the members. And make sure y'all join the channel too. You never know when I'm going to pull up with the members only. You know, when I start interviewing people, man, that might be members only. Fuck it. See, Jaye, Manny, Charm was good. Eric, what's going on? I'm sick and tired of you conservative heifers. Y'all love attacking men that go against what you want. You used to be a slur too. You ain't changed. You just pretending that you're different, but you're no different than the Keke Palmers of the world. It all ties in. But like I say, I got 2 videos coming to Patreon and locals. Same name. Well, I'm going to go in on you conservative heifers, okay? The Candace Owens of the world, especially you white conservative heifers. White conservative heifers are the fakest out there. Fake outrage at Andrew Tate. Listen, I'm not going to let you go at my biracial brother, okay? Now, I may not be like a strong supporter, like a fan, but, you know, we can't have you white heifers going in on the brothers like that. We can't have that. Y'all pretending like you're on the right side of history when really you're just a slur in sheep's clothing. You're no different. You're a deceitful heifer. And I already don't trust white women. I tell black men, don't trust white women. White women are fake as hell. They are chameleons. Nobody's more of a chameleon than the Americanized white woman. Americanized white women are some of the biggest chameleons out here. They are fake as hell. And they change as their environment change. I watched a video from O'Shea the other day. Shout out to O'Shea. And he had this goofy white woman. He did a video on this goofy white woman who put this dude on blast. I guess she gave the guy her number. Now, she didn't have to give that guy her number. She chose to do that. And I guess, he didn't like the communication that they were having, and they had some back and forth, and she recorded it, put it on TikTok. This chick in the face. I don't care what her body looks like, even though she still look like a big boned heifer to me. This chick looks like John the plumber in the face. I mean, this is a rough looking white woman who wishes that white men were more into her, but they aren't, because white men, not all, because I do see white men out here with chubby heifers. The white men that she wants don't want her. So what she does in her mind, she'll deal with black men, but it'll be black men that she sort of picks and chooses, right? You got this John the plumber in the face looking heifer making TikTok videos like she just the shit. No, you're not. You're an extra average white woman who works out in the gym. So what? There's plenty of women that work out in the gym. Use a rough looking white woman and you want to get on social media and try to put somebody on blast. You need to get a man. See, if she had a man, she wouldn't have to give out her phone number. So obviously you are single and you're not attractive. If that man saw your face and not your body, he would have walked right past you. Let's say she was somewhere and he just saw her face. He would have never asked her for her number. But I mean, some of you black men are so thirsty, you probably would ask her for her number. You extra average white woman, y'all are comedians. I laugh at you heifers. These big old boned white women get some curves in the gym. You can't tell them nothing now. They get their Karen haircut. You can't tell them shit. You're not that hot. You're not that attractive. Stop it. Again, make sure y'all like the stream. I'm going in on you heifers today. I got some videos that we're going to look at that's going to further expose you heifers. Y'all, I'm going in on y'all today, man. It's in my spirit to go in. I've seen enough. Keke Palmer is who we said she was. And I said it when I reposted that video. And, shout out to the people that reposted it. Keke Palmer is who we thought she was. Stop playing interference. Man, there's this one goofy guy that he has a big following, but he gets no views. He wants to attack the manosphere. I'm pretty sure I know who I'm talking about. He used to be a fake conservative. He had some things to say, and he wants to be supportive of Keke Palmer. That's why I made this live stream, because if you males think for 1 second that I'm not going to address Keke Palmer because now you want to defend her, that's only going to make me do this live stream even more. So it's going to make me do this live stream even more. I told y'all, what's up with these conservatives, man? God damn. I'm not a liberal or a Democrat, but god damn. I mean, every time you look around, there's another fake conservative coming around. Black male conservative. I guess he got turned down by a white woman, and here he go. Here he go. Y'all got to stop letting these white women have control over your mind, man. Salute to everybody. So let's get the likes up. We got a lot we're going to go over. I know people are out and about at work, but shit, why not go live? Why not go live, right? Okay, let's see. Where is it? Let me go pull up the tweet that I had about Keke Palmer. Let's see. Okay, let's see. And again, shout out to the people that shared it. We're gonna go to my Twitter. Y'all should be following me on Twitter, by the way, or X is what I guess they're gonna call it. X now. It's not Twitter no more. It's X. Okay, now this is the post that I reposted. All right. Now this is her performing on stage. And this was originally shared by this account. And I responded to it saying Keke is who we said she was. Now, all of a sudden, to make sure y'all like the stream, all of a sudden now you got people trying to cape for Keke Palmer. Keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep talking about her. I mean, this woman, and shout out to Divine Photos.
The fact the so-called good women are just sitting idle not checking Keke, Dubai Chic, Carly for lying, and Suki Anna behavior in the UK is telling.
Appreciate it. You know what's crazy? People are still making excuses for Carly, which is why I tell y'all these melanated women are just as bad as these Caucasian heifers. If you look at it, that's why I say a lot of these women are all the same. Y'all keep saying, no, they're not, Jay. Yes, they are. One, because they don't take accountability for their actions. Carly should be in jail for lying, right? About her own kidnapping, right? But you still got people that are going to defend her. She needs to be in handcuffs. We need her in handcuffs. I need to see that perp walk. We need her doing a perp walk, not her on social media liking posts. She needs to be doing a perp walk into the jailhouse. That's where she needs to be. She needs to be doing a perp walk. I don't care what fraternity she's in. Who gives a shit? Or sorority that she's in. I don't care if she's in, what is she, an AKA? Who gives a shit? She needs to be in jail. Make sure y'all like the stream. Now this video, go ahead and play it. See?
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need some bags.
Now y'all see that? Now y'all see that? She said her son gave her some assets and she don't, she basically don't need a man because she got her own, right? Appreciate it. Hold on a second, y'all. So, if you don't need a man for anything, why are you in a relationship? I never understood this. I never understood women wanting relationships, wanting marriage, but then you claim you don't need a man. If you don't need a man and you got your own, why are you trying to build a family with Darius? You're trying to build a family with Darius, but you claim you don't need a man. I told y'all these women are self-sabotagers. They sabotage themselves. This woman had that child and she, I guess, put some weight on in the right places. Now you can't tell her nothing. But the red flags were already there. Keke had talked about how she basically was going to be the one who worked and Darius is going to be at the home taking care of the child. How's that going to work? You think every man is that weak that he's just going to allow his woman to do whatever? Because that's what she wants to do. She said, because she makes the money, she wants to do what she wants to do. And why are you talking about how the birth of your son got you bigger assets? Why even bring that up in a song? You heifers use any opportunity to tell the world that you have nice assets, and you wonder why you get no respect. You wonder why you don't get no respect because you always talking about how big your assets are. What's up, Brian? It's good, Steven. Make sure y'all like the stream.
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need.
You're your own boss and you got your own cash. So again, ladies, how does this help you overall? Because you heifers want marriage, right? You see, I think the problem most women have is that they can choose what man that they sleep with. But when it comes to commitment, and trust me, I don't care what nobody said, Keke's going through a crisis. See, Keke's about to be 30. Keke's about to be 30, and I think that she's feel like she's getting older, and she hasn't been able to do some of the things that she's always wanted to do, like hopping on stage and singing about her assets. That's crazy, Trill. Trill, you're just going to have to come back to the channel, man. And just come back to the channel. Whenever you come back to the channel and check out the live streams, even though you've seen them, sometimes you visit a channel, what they do is YouTube makes a note of that, and they end up, because I've got notifications from channels I've visited once or twice, but it was a recent once or twice. What's good, Mark? Again, make sure y'all like the stream. You heifers love talking about your assets. And then when we compliment your assets, now you're talking about harassment. You heifers can't have it both ways. You heifers can't have it both ways. You can't try to tell everybody how nice your assets are. And then if a guy looks at it, all of a sudden now he's a creep. It's harassment, right? You can't have it both ways. You go to these heifers' Instagrams, you don't even know what their face looks like because they're all turned around. And the only time you see them smiling, is when they're showing you their assets. That's the only thing they're proud of. They're not proud of being mothers. They're not proud of being wives. Because you got heifers that got a whole husband. They have never shown him. Not to say they have to, but they shown you their assets more than their families, their husband. Because they're more proud of that than anything else. Getting attention from random men it gives them something to look forward to. They get up every day and go straight to the notifications to see who said what about how nice their assets look. That's what they care about. So miss me with the disrespect of women. You heifers disrespect yourselves. Black women are nuts. I know I talked about the white heifers, but black women ain't making it no easy at all. Y'all are nuts.
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need some bag.
And I want y'all to understand, this all stems from Darius checking her outfit and her behavior. Now she's on. I didn't even know Keke was making music. When did she make music? I know she just dropped the song recently, but you already on stage performing? Was this a play? Was this a play? God, these women are awful. Y'all make it easy for men to go the wrong way. I hope y'all understand this. Y'all make it easier for men to go the wrong way. Y'all make it easy for men to go the wrong way. And then you got women making videos talking about passport bros are lame. Why are you in these countries? Because you can't get women in your own country? I mean, have you took a look at these women? These women got these nose rings and they have all these tattoos. They look horrible, BBL'd up. Who wants them? They look like caricatures. They look like characters of a video game character, man. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about. They look like life-size doll babies. You know, they look like ghetto Barbies. You know? That's what they look like. Like, come on, man. Yeah, she's a rapper now. I didn't even know she was rapping. What's good, Gerald?
Matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need some bags. Booties matter.
I'll tell you, man, these women love telling everybody they have nice assets. And then when you express how nice she looks or her assets look, now you're a creep. You're a weirdo, right? Something needs to be done. Why are these men looking at in the gym? It's like, and this is what we got to choose from. And y'all telling us that we got to step our game up. They say we got to step our game up to get women like this. Even though she chose to date a guy who made way less than she did. So it's a good thing she didn't marry him without a prenup. Yeah, she said her son gave her some ass. I guess she's meaning her giving birth to him. See, this is your Western black woman right here. But they're gonna tell you it's a minority. No, it ain't. This is the majority. I mean, have you gone to a Walmart, a grocery store? Heifers are wearing literally nothing. I know the weather is hot, but they do this in the wintertime. They wear anything to make you look at them. That's why I wish men would just stop following them on social media, stop liking their posts. These women would have a mental breakdown. If men would, if the majority of, because let's be real, the majority of the people that follow these heifers are men, especially on OnlyFans. If men pulled the plug on OnlyFans, you heifers are through. You heifers are through. That's why when you run your mouth and you talk about how you don't need a man, that's a lie, because there are men who are paying your bills. Okay? When they join your OnlyFans or buy your videos, they're paying your bills. Shout out to Eric.
Didn't her man decide to leave her for taking it nice and slow with Usher? And midlife crisis at 30?
Yeah.
Sounds like a breakdown, Imho.
Appreciate that. But you got to understand, like, when women are about to turn 30, they go through something. It's like when a man turns 40. You know, even when I was about to turn 30, I was very reflective of my life and where I was. And I believe that Keke Palmer's going through the same thing. She's about to turn 30. She has a child. And there are probably things that she's always wanted to do she hasn't done yet. You know? Y'all got to understand, most women these days want to complain about men. They want to complain about how bad men are. They want to talk about how they're a strong, independent woman that don't need a man. They don't want to talk about being a good wife to their husband. They don't want to talk about being a good girlfriend, right? That's boring. But what's exciting is to downplay the importance of men in their life. But you heifers, you can't go a day without male attention. Even the heifers that like women can't go a day without male attention, because if men just ignored you heifers, y'all would have a collective mental breakdown, and you would be on social media complaining. You'd be like the woman I did the video about almost a year or two ago, who was dressed. She had her club dress on. She had her tatas out. She was at a gas station. There was a bunch of guys. None of those guys gave her any attention. You know what she did? She got in her car and made a video where she was yelling and screaming at the top of her lungs because those guys showed her no attention. And that was within 10, 15 minutes? They would have a collective breakdown. That's why they hate MGTOW. That's why they hate men going your way. They'll call you gay. Something's wrong with you. And look at Passport. Look at the type of the disrespect that people are throwing at Passport Bros. It's because those men says, forget you. I'm going elsewhere. Those women shouldn't care. You get a lot of attention, right? You shouldn't care, but they do care because they don't want to lose 2% of attention. They want as much attention as possible, or they're going to have a mental breakdown. They're going to have a mental breakdown. Keke is at a point where she's about to turn 30, and I think she's going through a bit of a crisis.
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need some bag.
This is the mindset of women these days. They don't need a man, they just need a bag. And you know what's funny? They end up spending that money on a man. Because let me tell y'all something, man. What's good, Amanda? Let me tell y'all something. The biggest tricks in the world are not men. Women are some of the biggest tricks out here. Nobody tricks their money off more than a woman, more than a westernized American woman. They love tricking money off. They will go and date a man who has way less than them. They'll pay his bills. They'll give him money for his child support, his car payment, cell phone. Nobody tricks off money more than women. See, Keke's a trick, okay? Wouldn't be surprised if she was buying Darius gifts and all that, and she thought that she could control that relationship. And that's the problem with a lot of you women. You grew up watching your mama do that. So you think that's normal. No, it's not normal to take care of a grown man. The only people you should take care of are your children, not some dude that you're screwing. I don't understand what women find attractive about dating a bum. Like, seriously. There are successful men out here who ain't dating no regular heifer. Look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady is single now. He ain't dating no broke heifer. You better have some money. You better have a career. You better have some fame or something. I'm not just going to take care of you and spend money on you. You crazy? Every woman that guy has been with has her own, or even has a little bit more. But there's no way Brady's going to be dating no broke heifer that works some minimum wage job, or who just graduated college, or is some secretary or some nanny. Tiger Woods. He's not going to do that. And that's why he's successful. See, men who are successful ain't dating a broke heifer. They're just not going to do it. But I see a lot of y'all women who are out here dating broke men, and you're taking care of them, you're tricking money off on them, and you wonder why these men are not faithful to you. I mean, you're a trick. You're a trick. Why should they be faithful to you? You're a trick. You work all day taking care of him. You care more about taking care of him than your children. And that's why you're in the situation you're in. Because you heifers are tricks. You're tricking money off on these men. That's why they're not faithful to you. Why would they be faithful? They're looking at themselves saying, I don't have shit. Why is she with me? So you passed over that guy to be with me. I don't even got a car. My credit is messed up. I don't have a job. Why would you want to be with me? Have you heifers have you heifers actually step back and look at your situation? Y'all would prefer just be tricks. You trick your money off. Tricking your money off on men that don't really want to be with you like that. They are just using you. This reminds me of Lil Scrappy's baby mama. Lil Scrappy baby mama was dating a model, right? And she was giving him money. I don't even know where she got. I bet you she was using them child support payments to give to this guy. Because where she get money from? Now, maybe she has a career like, where you get the money from to get this guy money? Like, what? That's why he didn't respect her, because she was a trick, just like Keke Palmer is a trick. This is trick music. You don't need an N-word because you got your own money.
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need some bag.
Yeah, Scrap put that out there. She was using the child support. Right, she was using his child support money to give to her broke model boyfriend. That is the Americanized heifer. She will take money that was meant for her children and give it to some dude. And you wonder why these men cheat on you and disrespect you? Why would they respect you? You don't even respect yourself. That's why men need to stop giving themselves money. If men collectively left OnlyFans, yo, what? Just imagine if a majority of men stop giving women money on OnlyFans, stop following them on IG, this woman would have a complete meltdown. All that I don't need a man shit would go right out the window. All these women start coming conservative. All these women would all of a sudden, now they're conservative. Now they want a husband. They want to call out feminism. No, call out these lying, disgusting heifers who make you look bad.
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a
You a boss and you got your own cash. Trick music. So what you gonna do with that money? You say you don't need a man. You got your own money. You're just going to attract beta males. Beta males with a mommy complex. You're going to attract a bunch of mama's boys that are bums that need a woman to take care of them. That's the only type of man you're going to attract, Keke. Keke's nothing more than a trick. She's basically telling y'all. She spends her money on the men that she dates. And y'all wonder why you ain't getting no marriage ring. One, these guys can't afford a wedding ring. They can't afford it. And you know what the craziest thing is? I'm seeing people trying to defend her. You got women, of course, but you got you males as well. You got these weak, pathetic males on YouTube and other platforms trying to defend her. You can't defend this. You're a loser. If you're defending Keke Palmer, you're a loser. You're a lame. I know no woman respects you. You worship the ground women walk on. Let me get into married men real quick. Hey, married men, stop putting women on a pedestal just because you have a wife. No one cares. Married men need to be calling out the behavior too. Just because you have a wife does not mean that you can't call it out, man. What does having a wife have to do with you not, you should still be able to call out the BS. But you married men are on code, huh? You like, well, we're going to defend women. You look crazy. Your wife is probably cheating on you, bro. While you're on the internet trying to defend Keke Palmer, your wife is probably cheating on you, bro. I would not doubt it. I know the type. And they pick you males very well. Y'all mind is in the clouds. You worship women so much that you cannot see the truth. That your women are screwing other men on you, but because you put women on a pedestal, you can't even see it. You can't even see it. So married men, if you're not going to be a part of the solution, get out of the way. You look crazy sitting up here trying to defend the nature of women who don't respect themselves. And again, I'm not here to speak down on women. I'm just pointing out the truth. And the thing is that y'all want to defend these women because you see your wives in these women. Let's be real about this. You dudes see your wives in women like Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer is not your wife unless she is. I bet your wife got a whole bunch of male friends and you don't even know it. You don't even care. I trust her. No, you're dumb, bro. You're dumb. And if you're not going to be a part of the solution, get out of the way. No one cares what you have to say. I don't give a shit if you've been married for 10, 15, 20 years. Your marriage is probably built on a house of cards. Who cares? But get out of the way. Keep single men out of your mouth. Keep passport bros out of your mouth. If you're not going to be a part of the solution, get out the way. You dudes look crazy because you have a wife. Your wife is probably cheating on you and she doesn't respect you. Listen, I'm about to play this video for another 10 minutes. You need some what? You don't, but you went running back to Darius. Did she go running back to Darius? Didn't she go running back to Darius? You went skipping back to Darius. But you don't need a man. Why'd you go back to Darius then? Why aren't you still single? If I'm out here telling the world I don't need a woman, I'm not gonna be with no women. I'm gonna be by myself. All right? I'm gonna be single. You talking about you don't need a man when you went running back to Darius. You went running back to Darius, but you don't need a man. Why'd you go back to Darius? Darius is the best you can do, ain't that right?
Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need is a bag. Booties matter. My son gave me some ass. I'm my own boss and I got my own cash. I don't need a nigga, only thing I need is a bag. Booties matter.
See, that's your Western woman. She needs a BBL and a bag. That need to be the name of the song. Well, Keke ain't got one yet, but for most of these women, all they need is a BBL and a bag, right? These women are tricks, man. These women out here splurging on men. And this is what feminism has become. It's become the woman is the head of the household. The woman is paying all the bills, taking care of the man and the kids. That's what these women, and that's why they don't have a feminine bone in their body. No matter how slorish they try to look, they're still not very feminine. But this is by their own, this is their own making, right? This is what these women have become. This is why you know. All right. What's good, Jay Thomas? Shout out to everybody that's here. I'm going to play, I got some more videos that we're going to get into. And we're going to talk about accountability because these heifers have no accountability. Where is that? This video here is about a woman that is bragging about how she is dating a guy that just turned 20. And she met him when he was 17. I believe she's 26. Probably older than that. And she's going to explain how age is nothing but a number. That's funny because y'all love to disrespect men for dating younger women, but it's no big deal when older women are dating younger men. Have y'all noticed that? It's okay when they do it, but don't you dare date a girl who is like 19, 20, 21, right? But it's okay for her to date a 19-year-old.
Age don't mean nothing because my boyfriend just turned 20 and he's taught me so much more, and I'm 27. And
Oh, she's 27. She's 27. Excuse me. Listen, this is what happens when you're in arrested development, when mentally you're still a teenager, right? She still thinks she's that same girl she was in high school. That's why she wants to date a teenager, right? But let a guy who's 27 be out here dating a 19 or 20-year-old. These heifers would be making videos. They'd be in the comment section calling him names. But this is okay. This is okay.
You're a cougar.
I met him when he was 20. I met him when he was 17.
When he was 17. Y'all see that? She met him when he was 17. And she's like, she don't care. She just putting it out there. Right? It don't matter she met him. And I bet you she had relations with him when he was 17.
I didn't date him till he was 19.
Right.
Now he's
Okay.
Right. So you waited until he was 18 to have relations with him. Why'd you move so quick? I thought women say they got to get to know a man. So it took you like a year to get to know him?
Can I ask you a question? I never heard that. Would you be considered a pedophile?
no. What the fuck?
I'm serious.
No.
She said no. Oh, really? Because if a guy was 25 talking about how he met his girlfriend when he was 17, y'all would be calling him the P word. You be calling him the P word. But because you did it, it's okay now. Yeah, she slept with him when he was 17. I told her these females ain't got no brains. They're not very intelligent.
I didn't know. Okay, when I met him, I didn't know. He was
Yo, she's laughing because she knows it's BS. She knows it's BS. Yeah, she's a groomer. Listen, if Marcus Houston is a groomer according to y'all, then she's one.
already established.
Everybody say I'm saying serious. I'm being serious.
Stop.
That's why I'm
Okay,
laughing. I'm not laughing.
let me break this down for a second.
Trauma.
Because the age is better. Okay, we just saying Marcus Houston. Everybody mad at him right now for what he did. That's what you did.
Right, and he brought that up. That is a good point.
No.
That's what you
That's
did.
not what I did.
Okay.
I knew when I met him, he was 17, but I didn't talk to him. And because he was opening his own gym, he was doing his own thing, so I never knew his age was
At
a
17.
thing. No, but look.
So you didn't know his age? She talking about how he was opening up a gym. Do y'all believe this? So he was opening up a gym at 17? Now, I'm not saying it's impossible, but she's trying to make it seem like, well, he didn't look 17. No, I'm saying, like, no man would get away with this. No man would get away with saying, well, this person either didn't look their age or they were a lot more grown than I thought. You know what I'm saying? They're living on their own. They work. Bro, they would still be 17. And no, you can't get a pass. Y'all love, I'm saying y'all, but people love giving women a pass, but they won't give men the same pass. I'm sorry. They would be trying to get that man canceled.
Let me tell you, I didn't talk to him. Once I found out his age, I stopped talking to him. And it took 2 years for us to follow
Cap.
up.
That's cap.
She said that's cap.
So what's the youngest y'all?
She said that's cap. Man, come on, man. Hold on, let me see let's see if this her social media before I put it in here. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, her social media is I am Lucy Lou. That's her social media is I am Lucy Lou. She was being interviewed. I don't know why she only has like 92,000 followers. I want to give y'all the facts and information. Let me tell y'all something, man. She groomed, okay? Women are very emotional. When a woman comes across a guy that she's attracted to, she's going to sleep with that guy probably within the first couple days or weeks. We know this. You didn't wait until he turned 18. You're lying. When a woman is attracted to a guy, it ain't going to take her very long to sleep with that guy. This is why she's talking about how age is nothing but a number. And didn't R. Kelly say that? And y'all still want him put under the jail? Yeah, she said that's cap. They know she lying. No, you like young boys. Just be real about this. There's a culture of heifers going after young boys. Why do you think you see so many women getting arrested for sleeping with teenage boys? You heifers are exposing who you are. And that's what we're going to do in this live stream. You're going to expose who you are. You're already doing it. Shout out to Cornelius. These heifers never get called out for any of their shortcomings. They don't. People make excuses for it. And we're not going to make any excuses today. You're going to get called out for your hypocrisy. You're no different than these teachers who are getting caught having relations with these young men that they are teaching. How many stories have we seen over the years? And it has only gotten worse. It has gotten worse. These women they don't care about the consequences. They know that they're going to get a slap on the wrist. So they're like, no, forget it. I'm going to tell this story. And she's saying it like it's no big deal. But she'd be the same one trying to call out R. Kelly and Marcus Houston. But what about you? What about you? Marcus Houston said he didn't start dating his wife until after she turned 18. Shout out to Eric Square. To Jay, forget the P word. She's a groomer. P word. Assaulting him. R word. Stop the cap. Call the police. Keep that energy across the board. Absolutely. But you're going to notice how nobody wants to hold these women accountable.
Don't mean nothing because my boyfriend.
She says age don't mean anything. Okay, keep that energy with Marcus Houston. Keep that energy with R. Kelly, because people were like, oh my God, he was with Aaliyah when she was a teenager. But this woman started talking to her now boyfriend when he was 17. He probably was 16. We don't know. Talking about you waited a year. Who you want to believe that? You want us to believe that you waited until after his 17th birthday? I don't think so. It's a lot of cap there.
Just turned 20, and he's taught me so much more, and I'm 27.
He taught you so much. What does he teach you? And again, I think there's a lot of successful young men out here. I'm not no hater. But what does a 19-year-old teaches you, 20-year-old teaches you? And you're 27. That sounds like an obsession with younger men. I know someone who
dating a fella. He was 19, she was 27. Fast forward to present day. Just saw her a few weeks ago and she stated she's getting a divorce at 42. She had 4 kids when she met the poor fella.
Wow. Appreciate that, McDowell's Human Resources. That's what they do, man. Like, I hope he don't have a child with her. I really don't. Don't mess your life up, young man. If you opening up a gym at 17, that lets me know that you have some drive in you.
And I met
you're a cougar.
I met him when he was 20. I met him when he was 17. I didn't date him till he was 19.
So she said she met him when he was 17. And she didn't start dating him until he was 19. When did you start sleeping with him? She should have said, y'all notice she said dating and not sleeping. Because trust me, these helpers out here sleeping with everybody. Okay.
And now he's 20.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I never heard that. Would you be considered a pedophile?
No. What
the fuck? What? Airhead. But Marcus Houston is considered one. Marcus Houston said he started dating his girlfriend after she turned 18. Everybody's trying to destroy his life. But she says this so casually. So you met him at 17. You didn't start dating him until he was 19. Who do you want to believe that? Who do you want to believe that?
No,
I'm
I didn't
serious.
know. Okay, when I met him, I didn't know he was already established.
Everybody say I'm saying serious.
No.
I'm being serious.
I'm so sorry.
Stop.
That's why I'm
Okay,
laughing. I'm not laughing.
let me break this down for a second.
Trauma-
Because the age is better. Okay, we just saying Marcus Houston. Everybody mad at him right now for what he did. That's what you did.
No.
That's what you
That's
did.
not what I did.
Okay.
I knew when I met him, he was 17, but I didn't talk to him. And because he was opening his own gym, he was doing his own thing, so I never knew his age was
At
a thing.
17.
No, but look.
Shout out to Zeke.
Imagine the smartest group of PPL on earth learning something from a 17 years old.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Right.
Lol.
You learn it from a 17-year-old.
Stop the hypocrisy, lol, and he taught her ABCs.
Appreciate that again, Eric. Yeah, like she's saying that he taught her so much. I don't know about that, man. That's something that people that like younger people say. They always try to big up these people as if they're so mature for their age, right? Like look at LaMelo. Like the chick that LaMelo's with, he's with Anna Montana. She's like 32, 33, right? She said a few years ago she don't date younger guys. Fast forward, she's dating a 20-year-old, right? 21-year-old, right? The circumstances will always change, right? It will always change. These women change. They'll say one thing and do another. They will embellish things to make it seem lesser than what it is. This is almost like a movie script. Oh, he was 17 opening up his own gym. She's lying. You got to be 18 years old to be able to buy a commercial property. Right. That's what I'm saying. How you 17 open up a gym? That's so much that goes into owning property and running businesses. Like you're telling me a 17-year-old did that.
Look, let me tell you, I didn't talk to him. Once I found out his age, I stopped talking to him.
So wait a minute. You found out his age, you stopped talking to him, but then you start dating him when he was 19, and he's about to be 20. There's some holes in that story.
And it took 2 years for us to follow
Cap.
up.
That's cap.
She said that's cap. Man, women know when other women are lying. Even that other girl was like, that's not true. That's BS. That is BS. That is BS. Shout out to Stephen Brown, a member for 38 months. What's with the lies, ladies? Just say that you that you're into younger guys. Let's just say that. We see all you grown ass. I'm trying to calm down the cursing, but we see all you grown women getting jobs at these high schools so you can get access to these young boys, and we see stories of this stuff going on. And you know what the saddest part about those stories is that most of those women are not unattractive women. There are women who mentally still think they're in high school, who miss high school. This woman is lying, and the other girl knows she's lying. She knows she's lying. Women know when other women are lying. She's trying to embellish this story like, oh, he was this successful businessman at 17 years old. He was opening up a gym, and I met him, but we didn't start talking till like 2 years later, and then I found out what his age is, and then we started stopped talking for a while, and then we got back to talking again. It's like, no, you were obsessed with that guy. You're obsessed with him. The fact that his age didn't make you back away lets me know you're obsessed with him. You're obsessed. That 19, 20-year-old has you wrapped around his finger. Got you up there looking crazy. This chick is looking crazy. And the other girls know she's full of it, man. I told y'all, these chicks mentally are still in high school. They are mentally still in high school. I think I'm looking at her social media now. I think she has a picture. I think the oldest picture she has is from last year. And I think she's sitting with her boyfriend. I think that's him. Swing out. Appreciate it. These heifers are robbing the crib. Absolutely. But then they want to project that insecurity onto men. We're not going to have it. We're not going to go for it. Y'all trying to project that insecurity onto us We ain't about to have it. Make sure y'all like the stream. We got a lot we got to go over today. We got a lot that we got to go over today. Yes, we are getting at you heifers, man. Y'all are out here perpetrating lies and, acting crazy. Hold on. I got another one too. You heifers go on these podcasts and look crazy.
If you had to,
okay. Shout out to everybody that's here. I got another video that we're going to react to. This is of a woman who's on a podcast, and she talks about how she's basically going to raise her daughter to be a hoe. Oh, y'all don't believe me? Let's check it out.
if you had to pick between a gay son and a hoe daughter.
A hoe daughter, because I feel like it's a phase. Eventually, she's gonna stop being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like being a hoe is a stage of your life. After a while, I want my daughter to have fun. I want my daughter.
And wow, that's a heck of a question to ask somebody, whether you rather have a gay son or a hoish daughter. I mean, why are we asking questions like that? But okay.
To have that whole experience. I want my daughter to have. I don't want my daughter to be like a church girl. She haven't experienced life. I want to be so cool with my daughter. I want my daughter to be like, like I don't know.
So she says she don't want her daughter to be a good girl. She want her daughter to be out there in these streets. You know what happens in these streets, Heifer? These chicks have babies by men that don't want them. There are diseases out here. But that don't matter to the Western woman. Now, she sounds like she's from the Caribbean or the continent. She might be from the continent, okay? I told y'all, these women are like that everywhere, okay? And I want y'all to understand, this is where we're at with women. And you can see, look how these women dress their daughters. We've seen the photos of the way these women are dressing their daughters, taking pictures, and in subjective poses with their daughters. They want their daughters to be an extreme version of them. And you wonder why. You wonder why the men are not marrying you. Men are going overseas. Men are going to white women because these melanated women, again, this woman sounds like she's either from the continent or from the Caribbeans, who have a skewed, messed up. She wants her daughter to be like her because she's screwed up. She wants her daughter to be screwed up just like she is. That's how I can tell you she ain't got no man in her life. But they claim it's the men. The men are the problem. No, this screwed up, mentally unstable heifer is the problem.
Who the baby father is, or I just fuck this nigga and that nigga. As I'm using protection, I want my daughter to have fun. Being a hoe is a moment kind of thing. It's like you're having fun for the moment.
She says that it's temporary. She says that when a woman goes, and again, I can agree with that. In some instances, there are women who used to be slurs who do grow out of it. I call them conservative women. But there are a lot of women who don't grow out of that slur phase. There are a lot of women who continue to slur life. They may try to move on and get a husband or get into a long-term relationship and have a family, but they always revert back to the streets. They always revert back to the streets.
It's like you do it for fun, you come back to it. You single, let me while I'm gonna go Miami, be a little hoe, come back home and act holy. Like, I feel like I want girls to go out and be hoes.
You see, this is why women are the way they are. I would not be surprised this woman is older, maybe 30s, 40s. This is why young girls don't get good advice. They don't get good advice because these women are trying to compete. She doesn't want girls to grow up to get the men that she wants. She wants those girls to be so screwed up and she wants to compete with those girls. That's why I told y'all Western women like this are unwifeable. So men have no choice but to go elsewhere because this is the mentality of a Western woman. And that's why no one's marrying them and nobody wants them. Who would want this? And she wants the next generation of girls to be just like that. Unwifeable. No standards. Baby daddies all over the place. And then you wonder why people treat you like a slur and they have zero respect for you.
And stop dating one man and just like, oh, I love him. No, go be a hoe. Go try different dicks. Have fun. You know, like
she really trying to get that Sukihana card, huh? Like she really wants to be Sukihana. She really wants, like Lena the Plug.
It's like a few different, see which one you like, which flavor you like. Is it a bad thing?
No. Not at all.
You do it. It's not a bad thing because it's not a bother to men. You see, men, for the most part, we don't care if most women want to be slurs. It actually benefits us because we get to sleep with you with no commitment. We don't have to marry you. We don't have to be in no relationship with you. If you're out here for the streets, we're going to sample you once and we're just going to, send you back. And you're the one that's going to have to live with those scars mentally, those mental scars of being used up. Because trust me, all these women get to a point where they're tired of being used up. And they become bitter. You don't see any happy hoes. You know why you don't see any happy slurs? Because at some point, they're going to regret everything that they did. They're going to regret their behaviors. And they're going to look to blame somebody. They're not going to blame themselves. They're going to blame the men that used them.
Hoe daughter.
A hoe daughter, because I feel like it's a phase. Eventually, she's going to stop being a hoe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like being a hoe is a stage of your life. After a while, I want my daughter to have fun. I want my daughter to have that whole experience. I want my daughter.
So having fun is, see, this is why y'all are not getting married. This is why y'all getting overlooked. This is why men ghost you, because that's all you see yourself as. You see yourself as somebody to sleep with. Gentlemen, this is why you don't take women like this seriously. Under no circumstances should you be taking women like this seriously. Treat them like they are. Stop trying to make them into wives. Stop trying to make them into long-term girlfriends. And you definitely don't want to make them into your baby mamas.
I don't want my daughter to be like a church girl. She haven't experienced life. I want to be so cool with my daughter. I want my daughter to be like, I don't know who the baby father is.
She don't know who the baby. She say she wanted to be the way she don't know who the baby father is. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? And that's what's going on today. We got women who have children and don't even know who the father is. Some of you dudes are raising children that ain't even yours. But you're afraid to get that paternity test because you know what the truth is going to be. These women are screwed up and they can't be fixed. That's why you conservatives need to stop trying to fix these women and just say, you know what, wash your hands of it. But you refuse to do that because you conservatives are trying to save these women.
This nigga and that nigga. As I'm using protection, I want my daughter to have fun. Being a hoe is a moment kind of thing. It's like you're having fun for the moment. It's like you do it for fun, you come back.
For fun. So getting stretched out is fun. Now we see why these women support abortions, man. They want to be able to get rid of the evidence of their whoredom. Shout out to Enos. So down 1 hour late. Was off. What I missed? Well, you missed some. You missed some. Get a bit of the show. Turn them notifications on.
Damn, 1 hour late. Notif. Was off. What did I miss? Grin.
Appreciate it.
To it. You single, let me while I'ma go Miami, be a little hoe, come back home and act holy. Like, I feel like I want girls to like go out and be.
Listen, if you are dating a girl that's friends with her, you might want to get rid of that girl too, because she's out here doing dirt to it. She's gonna make sure those women are out doing dirt. If your girlfriend or wife has hoish friends, then she's out doing things too. You're just in denial, all right?
Hoes and stop dating one man and just like, oh, I love him. No, go be a hoe. Go try different dicks. Have fun. You know, like, suck a few different. See which one you like, which flavor you like.
It's crazy out here, ain't it?
Is it a bad thing?
No.
I guess she expected him to say yes, but he gave her no pushback. But maybe in the full video he did, but that's why she looked at him like that, because she's wondering, now maybe she said that to troll, but because he gave her no pushback, she like, oh, I guess she just expected him to have a moral compass, and he does not. And in that moment, again, the full video could have more context, so I'm just going off this clip. But you could just tell, like, he's offering no pushback because he doesn't care. Ladies, you're going to come across men that have absolutely no care in the world about what you do with your body. And that's not a good thing, okay? That's not a good thing. You should want men to care, because once men stop caring, then they're just going to treat you for what you want to be. They're not going to see any redeemable qualities in you. And that's when you should worry. That's when you should worry. But society is screwed up. But they always want to blame men for that. You see, it's easy to blame men for how corrupt society has gotten, when really we need to look at these heifers for how corrupt society has gotten. Okay, let's go to this one. We're going to talk about Lana Rhoades. I made a video about her. Lana Rhoades. She's an adult film star, or ex. She had a child by an NBA player. She still has not revealed who that NBA player is. People have their ideas. But ever since she had the baby by the NBA player, now all of a sudden, she wants to wipe the slate clean of her thought past, right? She wants all the content about her removed. Like Mia Khalifa. Shout out to Swing Out.
Once a 304, always a 304.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. Now, she's talking about how she wants that content that she's put up to be removed. Oh, no, I don't think it should be removed at all. I think that you made the choice, you signed on, and you knew what you were doing. And now, because you want to turn over this new leaf, you want things to change. No, I don't think anything should change. I think you chose your profession and you got to accept it. You're trying to run away from what you've created. Salute to Omar.
Salute, Jay. I'm shipping off to the Navy next Monday. I'll be in prison for 11 weeks, so wish a brother good luck, fam. Sneezing face loudly crying.
All right, appreciate that, and good luck to you on this new change in lifestyle. Hope everything works out. All right. So let's get into this video where Lana Rhoades say that, you know what, I want to get rid of all that stuff that made me a name, right?
It's very much a fool in most of my decisions.
Even with all the success that you've had, you're an incredible mother now, businesswoman, you're working with Playboy, you still look back on that and you still feel ashamed?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that people can see me naked on the internet.
Wow. What? So wait a minute. So you made the choice to do adult film entertainment, and now all of a sudden you want to redo, because now you done made a name for yourself, so you don't need that anymore. So wait, so we know you from your adult content, but you want to wipe that away because now you're in this new chapter and you want to be seen as a more conservative woman. You want to be seen as a businesswoman that did it her way, and she had no help. No. We're not going to do that. We can't do that. You chose the lifestyle that you chose. You chose to make those choices. Hey, Gen Z women, I'm talking to you Gen Z women. Don't be like Lana Rhoades and Shout out to Eric Square, said allegedly the dad is Bruce Brown. Yeah, I've heard that too. But that baby looked like Blake Griffin. Looked like Blake Griffin.
Allegedly, the dad is Bruce Brown, who was in BKN.
Appreciate that. This is the chick that went on a date with Kevin Durant and it didn't go well. So you mean to tell me that you built your name off of your adult flicks and now all of a sudden you want to wipe the slate clean? It doesn't work like that. But see, that's where they're at. They want to wipe the slate clean because they don't want people to see them for who they are. And we see you for who you are. You could try to pretend all you want to.
Or can see those things happening to me. I think that it's gross.
Wow. Shout out to Thaddeus Brown.
She ain't trying to give the money back,
right.
Shrugging.
Is she going to give the money back? No. She said, so now it's disgusting. It wasn't disgusting when you were doing it. That's why I say these women make these choices and then they want to redo off of the poor decisions that they made. Mia Khalifa is trying to do the same thing. What's her name? Johnny Blaze is trying to do the same thing. She's trying to get videos wiped off the internet because now they don't need that anymore. They built their following. Now they want to do that. What you OnlyFans models going to do? Are you OnlyFans models are going to sue the platform because it has all your videos? Because that's what's going to happen down the pipe. I can see in a couple of years these heifers suing to get videos removed. I can see that. But they're going to have a hard time doing that because of all those the waivers and everything they signed to be on that platform. This is why these companies are making these people sign contracts to where, no, you can't come back and say you want to take videos down when you signed to do it and you knew everything that would happen.
That is crazy that you can build this whole life and you still feel ashamed.
I mean, I'm proud of myself and what I've done, and I wouldn't take anything back.
But it seemed like you are taking it back. It seemed like you are taking it back. You regret it because you did that for the money. You did it because you were young and you wanted to grow your platform. And that's why you did it. But because, you know, you are where you are now, you feel like you don't need that anymore. You're trying to change your image. Well, you can't just all of a sudden try to take the videos that want the videos removed.
However, it's
because if that's the case, then you should give that money back.
Not like I like the idea that people can view that of me. I personally, those videos make me want to throw up.
So now those videos want to make you throw up. But you did a lot of them. Ain't no telling how many of these videos she done did. But you chose to do it. You could have stopped, but you kept doing it. Y'all know how Mia Khalifa claimed that she only done adult flicks for like 3 weeks, which I don't believe. But you kept doing it. Now you want the videos removed. Now you want to change your image. You want to get rid of your thought past. It doesn't work like that. And those companies or whomever you did those videos for are going to say the same thing. You can't just come back and want videos removed. That's not how it works. When you sign a contract, you can't just come back and want the videos removed. And you can't use, because see, Mia Khalifa tried to use Me Too and it failed. Okay. You can't use Me Too. You can't use none of that because you've made the choices to do those flicks over and over and over again. Yeah, Mia Khalifa claimed it was like 3 weeks or 3 months that she did those videos on. That's what she claimed.
Much a fool in most of my decisions.
Even with all the success that you've had, you're an incredible mother now, businesswoman, you're working with Playboy, you still look back on that and you still feel ashamed?
Yeah, I don't like the fact that people can.
Oh, so now, because you done had the baby by the NBA player who's probably paying you money under the table. No child support. So now you're feeling bad. You didn't feel bad when you were doing those scenes? When we saw you with no... Listen, you know what's funny? Is she on OnlyFans? Because if Lana's on OnlyFans, what she's saying right now makes zero sense because we could go there and watch you undress. No, you can't just change when you made the decision to go nude and to do flicks. You can't just try to change it now. You made the choice. That wasn't even that long ago.
See me naked on the internet or can see those things happening to me. I think that it's gross.
Oh, you think, it's gross now? But was it gross when you were doing it over and over and over and over? Was it gross then when you were taking your clothes off online? See, listen, every female that gets to a point where they have a large social media following and they're making money in other areas, right? They're all going to be just like this. They're all going to be just like this. They're going to be regretful. That's why I say, man, I could see in a couple of years them heifers trying to sue OnlyFans. I could see that. They try to sue OnlyFans for the choices that they made.
That is crazy that you can build this whole life and you still feel ashamed.
I mean, I'm proud of myself and what I've done, and I wouldn't take anything back. However, it's not like I like the idea that people can view that of me. I personally, those videos make me want to throw up.
She's saying this because, again, at some point, these strong, independent women are going to want to change their past. They're going to want to say, hey, this is the new me. You know, I was young and dumb when I did those things. You're still young and you're still dumb, right? But you want to change things because you don't have to do those things anymore. See, these women, when they're getting on social media and they're doing the most, I believe in their mind is temporary. Because as soon as they're able to grow their platform, maybe get married or something like that, have a baby by an athlete, they want to change their image. But yeah, the internet is forever. You can't just want to change things all of a sudden. Why don't you find out who your child's father is first? Okay, start there. Start by trying to figure out who your child's father is. Salute to everybody that's here. Told y'all we have a lot that we're gonna get into. What else? What's another video we check out? Let's see. Oh, let's get into this. I thought this was real interesting. Let's see. Kim Kardashian, another woman who regrets her past.
Understand that she looks like she does, but also has the past that she has. Some of the most beautiful and innocent appearing can be the worst.
I agree, Traveling Man. Appreciate that. See, that's how they get them to do those adult flicks. They go after women who have that sort of look to them and get them to do it, right? So they know what type of women to go after. Now we have another woman who regrets, Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian says she regrets the fast Pete Davidson romance. She didn't deal and heal after Kanye split. You know what this tells me? This tells me that Kim Kardashian is having a very hard time in the dating market. You know, Kim is over 40. She has a horrible BBL. She's struggling. So it ain't her fault personally. It's the fault of her getting into a fast relationship with Pete Davidson. It's because she didn't heal. This is what I have said numerous times before. A lot of you women need to heal before you get into another relationship. Y'all are getting into relationships and you're not healing first. And then you wonder why that next relationship failed. It failed because you don't like to be by yourself and you didn't get the help that you needed. So what you do is you try to rush into a relationship and it goes horribly wrong. Let's get into this. The reality star admitted that her relationship with the Saturday Night Live alum got my mind away from her divorce from Kanye West. Kim Kardashian reflecting on the aftermath of her divorce from Kanye West. On Thursday, episode of The Kardashian, the 42-year-old reality star admitted to her sisters Kylie and Kendall that she jumped into another relationship so fast with Pete Davidson after her 2021 divorce from the rapper. She said, it got my mind away from the stuff, and that's not a way to run from things, she said. She then developed a new mantra telling her sisters it's better to deal, heal, and then feel. What's she been watching these Instagram these Instagram gurus? Like she listening to these Instagram gurus, man. Y'all name some of these Instagram gurus in the chat room that she been listening to. Despite the controversy that surrounded her ex-husband, Kim confessed that she doesn't want to look at her experience negatively. So I'm not going to take every experience and bad thing that happened to me and carry that into my life. She explained, what am I supposed to be learning from this? How is it going to make me a better person? On last week's episode, the mother of four broke down in front of her sister Chloe over Kanye's outbursts. That it sucks when someone doesn't see how different they are. She explained in a confessional, I always will keep looking for that person. You always hope you'll see a glimpse of them, and I hope I do. Kim continued, it's really confusing for me. It's so different from the person that I married. That's who I loved, and that's who I remembered. I'll do anything to get that person back. I feel so bad for him. She continued, I don't even think he feels bad for himself because I don't even think he knows how. She said, revealing that she hasn't spoken to Kanye about his rants over fears he'll probably go off on me. Back in March 2022, Kim and Kanye divorced after 6 years of marriage. The former couple began dating in 2011 and welcomed their first daughter, North, in June of 2013. They eventually went on to tie the knot in 2014 and had 4 children, Saint, Chicago, and so on. Kim and Pete began dating in the fall of 2021 after the reality star hosting debut on SNL. The romance came months after Kim filed for divorce. As Kim and Pete's relationship flourished, Kanye hurled several attacks at the couple, both online and the press, including a video for his single Easy, in which the rapper kidnapped, tied up, and buried a claymation version of Pete. Well, she's been very reflective. And again, a lot of you women that play games, y'all out here just dating, and you're not getting healed. You're going to be sitting somewhere saying to yourself, man, I didn't heal. Why did I get with this person? Why did I get with that person? It's because you weren't ready for that, but then you ran towards it, because you wanted to prove that you could get somebody else. And that's what I see with a lot of women. They want to run to a relationship just to prove they can get somebody. No, you need to heal, heifer. And the problem with Kim is that, Kim is at a point where men are not trying to get with her like that. They're trying to manufacture a relationship with Tom Brady. I think that's all Kim's PR team. I don't think Tom Brady has anything to do with that. I think Tom Brady is just using it to boost his own dating life, to make his ex-wife jealous. I think Tom Brady is doing everything in his power to make Giselle jealous. And I think he kind of feeds into these rumors with Kim K because he knows it's going to anger Giselle, I believe. And Kim's PR team is trying to manufacture a relationship. That's how desperate she is. Kim, instead of Kim healing like she says she is, you're out here trying to manufacture a relationship with Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't want you. Have they been on a date? Have they even spoken to each other at some event? Like, I think they took a picture when they were near each other, but I haven't seen anything that has told me that Tom Brady wants anything to do with Kim. But Kim's PR team is trying to manufacture a relationship because he's an eligible bachelor. Even though Tom is in his 40s, he's an eligible bachelor. The guy is highly successful. He just retired. You know, he divorced his wife. You know, he's out here. Tom Brady wants nothing to do with you. Yeah, Tom Brady was on a date with a model. I think her name is Irina. Tom was on a date with Irina. He's not thinking about Kim. And that horrible BBL that she has. Kim has one of the worst BBLs I've ever seen. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't trying to get with that. Now, he might hit it, but that's about it. But Tom Brady isn't wasting his time trying to be in no relationship with Kim Kardashian. Kim, you're being used. He's going to use you and your PR team to make his ex-wife jealous. Yeah, he's off dating somebody else. But see, her PR team is trying to put it out there that Tom Brady is interested in her. Tom Brady wants nothing to do with you, Kim. He's not thinking about you. He doesn't want you like that. But your PR team, your mother, you and your mother and your PR team is putting it out here because you're trying to gauge the interest. Kim, these dudes don't want you. You're going to have to date down. Yeah, she got a flop BBL. Kim is going to have to date down in order to find a man that wants to be with her. See, she still thinks that she's the Kim Kardashian of 10 years ago. No, you're not. You got a horrible BBL. You're in your 40s. You got 4 kids. No man wants to deal with you like that. No man wants to deal with her like that. They may hit it, but they're not going to date her. Tom probably wanted to hit it, but her PR team is trying to put it out here like they're dating each other. He's like, oh, no. I mean, I like that I can use you to make my ex jealous, but I'm not going that far. I am not going that far. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure that y'all like the stream. I told y'all we got a lot that we have to talk about today. It's a lot that we got to get into. Let's see. Is there anything? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about DJ Mustard. DJ Mustard, he actually won in court. His wife, his ex-wife, was trying to get $82,000 a month. DJ Mustard's ex-wife was trying to get $82,000 a month in child support, but she's only going to get $24,000, which is still a lot, but they have a couple of kids, so, you know. And there were people upset. There are people angry that DJ Mustard basically got a win in court. Let me just say this, too, ladies. Why do you need $82,000 in child support? Because we know where that money is going. You know, I bet you that money is going to be going to getting her a BBL, to her to have, you know, expensive lifestyle, to trick off on some dude, right? That's where the money going. And DJ Mustard knows this. Okay? He knows that's where, because y'all got to understand, these divorced women, they have very low self-esteem. So they're not going to go and try to date another DJ Mustard. They're going to date a man that doesn't have shit. Okay? A man that's going to be living with her. She going to be taking care of him, having him drive her car. See, that's what happens with these divorcees. You never see these women who divorce, well, you know, even though DJ Mustard divorced her, you never see these women upgrade. They always downgrade. They're always dating some guy that ain't got shit, right? But she's getting $24,000 a month instead of the $82,000 a month that she thought she would get from DJ Mustard. This is according to Hip Hop Dick. Mustard and his ex-wife have been embroiled in a bitter divorce battle for quite some time, and now the DJ has scored a victory, according to court documents obtained by The Blast. Chanel Thierry was unsuccessful in her bid to demand $82,000 a month from her ex, whose real name is Dejon McFarland. What are you going to do with $82,000 a month? That money is not going directly to them children. It's going to herself. That's where the money is going. That's where the money is going. She does not need $82,000. That's child support. The money is child support. That money is not for your lifestyle. It is for your children. That's not for you, but that's where the money ends up going. However, Mustard still must pay his ex-wife $24,000 a month for supporting the 3 children that they share. Mustard support must also extend to paying for any of the children's after-school activities. Despite the seemingly gobsmacking sum, Mustard still has scored quite the win. In the same ruling, the court said that he could keep all his assets, including cars, house, properties, jewelry, and music royalties. Y'all see that? Let me tell y'all why that's very important. I believe she wanted a piece of his music royalties. Not only did she want child support, I believe she wanted some of his music royalties. The reason why he's going to be able to pay that $24,000 is because he's going to be able to keep all his music royalties. And that could be good because he's produced for, I'm assuming, a lot of people, right? So he's getting those royalty checks every month, which are nice royalty checks that he's probably getting. And he gets to keep that. That's his. And he keeps to keep the jewelry, properties. See, he keeps everything. So I can see this being a win. Yes, he paying her $24,000, but he doesn't lose anything. His lawyers did an exceptional job. Shout out to DJ Mustard's lawyers. DJ Mustard's lawyers did a good job. She ain't getting nothing but that child support check. She ain't getting nothing but that child support check. She ain't getting none of the house, the car, property. She's getting that child support check. That's it. What's more is Terry, that's how you pronounce her name, is not entitled to any more spousal support, with the court honoring the one-time payment of $315,000 to settle it out. This decision marks the culmination of a year-long divorce battle that began in May of 2022 when Mustard filed citing irreconcilable differences. Court documents at the time showed that he and his now ex-wife had signed a prenuptial agreement prior to their 2020 wedding, which was the best thing for him to do. They honored it, but he still had to pay out. Which is interesting because I did a video about an artist that made her husband sign a prenup, and I don't think he's going to be able to get anything. See, it's okay when women get Ariana Grande. See, Ariana Grande can present a prenuptial agreement and it has to be honored. But I think she tried to challenge this prenuptial agreement. Mustard most recently filed a request for a status judgment, which allows him and his ex to have single marital status. He requested to push this issue involving their children to a later date. In another filing obtained by the Blast, asked the court to reserve jurisdiction over all other subject matter issues of the marriage, including but not limited to child custody and visitation, child support, spousal support, division of community property, assets and liabilities, confirmation of separate property, assets and liabilities, reimbursement claims, and the attorney and expert fees and costs of all other matters which the court determines appropriate and within the scope of jurisdiction. Last month, Mustard's eye-watering income was made public after analysis revealed that 33-year-old makes around $623,000 per month based on actual cash flow for years 2020 and 2022. So DJ Mustard makes $620,000 a month. I see why she was greedy. What's up, Bronx side? I see why she was reaching. This man is making, he was making $620,000 a month. So what that comes to? Can anybody in the chat room calculate what 623,000 times 12? Let's see. Let me get on here. That's about 7 million. So he making 7 million a year between 2020 and 2022. Shout out to DJ Mustard, man. He keeping all his money, man. DJ Mustard is keeping all that. He gonna pay her the $24,000 a month and still have 600 left. Still have 600 left. Man, making about 7 million a year. Producer be making that money. Yeah, it's about 7.4. Yeah, he's making money. I'm telling you, I see why she was greedy when she found out how much she was really making. Dejan's income is derived primarily from his music recording businesses, which include Dejan's salary as well as income from publishing, recording, and royalties and residuals from Dejan's music and recordings, the report read. A portion of Dejan's income includes advances that are received in advance as compensation and towards any applicable expenses such as studio fees. Dejan's other sources of income include minimum interest and dividends. The report added that Mustard's income includes massive advances from Universal Music Group totaling $12 million and Sony Music totaling $7.5 million. He additionally raked in nearly $1 million from Ellie Mae's Music, who is signed to his 10 Summers imprint. I forgot that she signed his label. I forgot she was signing his label. Meanwhile, Chanel was revealed to be making around $3,200 per month. So she has some income coming in. She's making $3,200 a month. But of course, what he gives her is going to be more. Yeah, she thought she was going to get a bag. And she didn't get it. She didn't get that bag. I know she's mad, punching air right now, trying to figure out what she's going to do next. But shout out to DJ Mustard's lawyers. That man is going to keep most of his money. And he makes a lot of money. If DJ Mustard is making this money, what y'all think some of these other producers are making? Some of these other big, well-known producers are making. They make a lot of money. Being a producer and writer will make you a lot of money because you get control over your own music that you make for people or people that sign to you. Yeah, he made $1 million off LMA. Shout out to DJ Mustard, man. Shout out to DJ Mustard, man. All right. Salute to everyone that's here. There's another story I want to get into. This is the one I want to get into. Hold on. Let me just looking through the notes. Does this come up? All right. Let's see. Is this going to... Hold up. Y'all give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to get this article to pull up. But I want to speak about the brawl in Vegas. There was a big brawl in Vegas. These heifers were out here fighting. They was fighting over a married man. Okay, now it don't want to show up. And they had a picture of this guy. But how many of y'all seen that video of the women fighting over the guy in Vegas? Where is it? They must be took the picture down. They probably took it down. They must be took it down. Can I show this on screen? Hold on. Let me see if I can show this. See if I can show this. All right. How many of y'all remember the video that went viral with the heifers fighting, the chick with the BBL? Y'all remember this? Well, apparently they were fighting over a married man. Apparently these heifers was fighting over a married man. Now, this is an OnlyFans model. She got jumped on by the man's wife and the woman's friend, right? Now, apparently it's over a married man that wasn't even at the casino. He wasn't even there, but his wife pulled up on this woman and started beating on the OnlyFans model with the BBL. I told y'all, these women love married men. Nobody loves a married man more than your Western woman. First off, how did this dude get with this woman? Okay, he's an OnlyFans model. Is he in the videos too? The wife went to go pull up on her because I saw the video. I didn't know what it was about. Only to find out that they fighting over a married man. Nobody gets more box than a married man. I'm telling you right now, you wanna have access to women, go get married. There's nothing. Married men is the Western woman's kryptonite, right? They get weak in the knees for a married man, especially if that man has an attractive wife. If that man has an attractive wife, oh my God. They love themselves a married man. Nobody's getting more box than a married man. And let's say he's a pastor, oh my God, even more. And don't let him be like no man that like owns a company or a business. Like maybe a car dealership or whatnot. Married men are cleaning up out here. Let's get into this article. It says 4 women filmed in a ferocious hotel bust up were scrapping over a married man. The hair-tugging skirmish at the top Las Vegas hotel allegedly erupted when a betrayed wife attacked her husband's lover and her friend. The mistress is a 24-year-old OnlyFans model, Danielle Pertusello, and her pal Amanda Collado were allegedly attacked in the bathroom of a 5-star Wynn hotel on July 9th, just before 6 p.m. It is claimed that the unnamed wife and an accomplice struck first with their fists before the brawl spilled out in the hotel lobby where a poker tournament was taking place. In a viral video of the incident, the 4 semi-exposed women are seen ripping at each other's scanty clothing and smacking each other with their footwear. Appalled bystanders looked on, some filming, while others weighed in to try to end the fight, which includes vicious slapping. At one point in the chaotic scene, a woman attempts to use an electric scooter as a weapon. Although bystanders tried to wade in, it eventually took security guards to placate the tussle. Now, a Las Vegas Metropolitan Police report obtained by Fox News has revealed the unnamed woman and her friend attacked the OnlyFans model for her dealings with a love rat spouse. The OnlyFans starlet told police she had been sleeping with her attacker's husband, who was incidentally not in attendance when the fight broke out. And the report stated that Portusello, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, said that she was hit from behind by closed fists in the back of the head. She continued, Danielle turned and immediately recognized her attacker. Both the wronged wife and her cheating husband's names were blacked out in the report, and it's not known which woman in the video is the spurned spouse. The one that's fighting the hardest, that's who. Portusello, and Collado were later charged with disorderly conduct and released by police, but the adult content model did not seem too deflated by the cringe-worthy spat, which began while she was wearing a thong bikini. She even identified herself on Twitter as the first girl in the footage of the fight circulating online. It comes after 2 men were filmed scrapping at the Renair flight. On a Renair flight. The two passengers were in an altercation about seats after one refused to let the other pass the aisle. As you can see, this was a weird fight. Yeah, that security dude was all over that girl. He went above and beyond. He went above and beyond. Listen, man, fighting over a married man. Listen, maybe she's known the guy, but you're upset at the wrong person. Now, maybe she knew, because it says she recognized the woman, so she must know who the wife is. Now, maybe the wife and her are from the same area. I think they both might be from Northeast, New Jersey, New York. So if you knew that man was married and you sleeping with that man, then that woman, if she jump on you, you can't be shocked. And she wasn't. But y'all out here trying to screw these married men, and y'all look crazy out here. Because that woman is going to confront you sooner or later, but you chicks still going after these married men. And you're getting jumped on trying to get with these married men. But I told y'all, married men is kryptonite to these women. Get weak in the knees for married men. You know that man has a wife, and it turns these women on. It turns them on to know that they're screwing somebody's husband. They get turned on by it. They get turned on by it. And she couldn't wait to get online. Because what she said that was her link in the bio. So the OnlyFans model here, she used this to promote her OnlyFans. She used this to promote her OnlyFans. I don't know. That OnlyFans might be a little dry, man. Maybe the big people not been subscribing.
The side chick will still sleep with her husband with a black eye, lol.
Right. She'll have that black eye and bruises, and he's still over there hitting it. But she, what I'm saying, these wives be mad at the wrong people unless again, she may know the chick, which I'm assuming that she knows her. See, now you mess around with these men, and these men are married. You're going to get caught out here in these streets. It's going to happen. I'm not for violence, but when you're at these places and you get caught, like maybe she didn't think she'd get caught lacking. Well, you got caught lacking. That woman followed you there and she put hands on you there. But they never miss an opportunity to promote themselves. And this chick, she just, couldn't, took it as an opportunity to promote herself. That's where we at with this. No attention is bad attention. If they can go out there and be seen, that's what they're going to do, man. And be able to promote their OnlyFans, because that's what it's about. Married men are out here cleaning up, man. The only thing about being married is like you're going to get attention from other women automatically because these women have side chick energy. The majority of Western women have side chick energy. So when they see you're a married man, they're gonna pursue that because they get off on being able to sleep with somebody else's man, right? And also, they see married men as a man who can settle down. And I think that's a turn on to them too, because he's like, oh well, he's a man who will get married. Why do you think they shame single men so much? Because they have no interest in a man that's not attached to a woman. The women nowadays only want men that have a woman. If you don't got no woman, or there's no way for them to confirm that you've been with women, they're not going to be interested. They like the challenge of sleeping with somebody else's man. Now, when you get pulled up on, like there's a story of a woman in North Carolina that was a side chick to a married man. She went to that man's house. We're talking about an older man that's probably in his 50s at a club. The girl was in her early 20s, and she ended up losing her life when the wife came home early. It never pays to be a side chick. I'm telling you right now, being a side chick is dangerous. This woman is lucky she didn't lose her life at this, at this hotel. You heifers are sleeping with married men, not understanding there are consequences to this. But I guess she's going to use it to promote OnlyFans. But this should be a warning to her to stop dealing with that dude. But, they're not. They're going to continue to deal with him. So I wanted to speak on that. You heifers are out here in dangerous territory, man. These wives are not playing with y'all, man. These wives are not playing with y'all. They are willing to put hands on you. I don't know why she was in a Thorn Bronx. I guess she had a hotel casino and she trying to get attention. That's what they do. They trying to get, getting maximum amounts of attention is the best thing for them, I guess. That means the world to them, I guess. Okay, let's see. Okay, I got to play this video here. Hold on. I really don't know. See, this is my problem with the gay community. Y'all are out here. Y'all know damn well y'all should be stop playing in these men's faces and trying to portray yourself as what you're not. I want y'all to look at this person. This person right here is in Atlanta. I guess they're at Lenox Mall. Now, maybe some of you, let's see. Now, maybe some of y'all have seen this video. Maybe you haven't. This is what you call a trans person. Okay. And they are at this mall to go, and this person went to go speak to a group of black males, not white males, black males, for them to rate her or him, either way, to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, right? First off, this is my problem with these transformers. Why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all going up to groups of men trying to get them to rate you? Now, again, and I'm going to put this in better context. When they walk up to when this person walks up to these guys, they're not going to tell them that they're trans until after they rate them from a scale of 1. Now, one of the dudes, I think he could see it from the voice. Now, this person has had work done, you could tell. So these guys might be looking at the bottom, but one person was like, nah, she's a 3, right? He was mad about misgendering. Him was mad about this. So he was mad about this. And I just want to know, why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all walking up to men asking them to rate you if you weren't trans? What is the point of this? Straight men are not going to sleep with you. Now listen. Now, are there men who are probably sleeping with these transformers? Probably so. But they're not straight. This is why are you trying to get men who have no interest in trans people? Why are you trying to gauge their interest? Shouldn't you be dealing with men who find trans women attractive? And let me tell y'all, the voice is a dead giveaway. Let's get into this. Make sure y'all like the stream.
Hey y'all, we're about to go into Lenox Mall and I'm gonna ask people to rate me 1 to 10. And then we're gonna tell them I'm.
See, black men, black men, these transformers think that because they get a BBL, that all of a sudden they're attractive and that they can hide amongst women. Now, this is in Atlanta. This is in Atlanta. This ain't in like the Midwest or, other southern places. But why are these trans people so comfortable walking up to men like this? I don't understand it. Why don't you deal with men that actually find you attractive? Why are you out here trying to make these men feel bad for not being attracted to you? Why are you trying to make them feel bad? Why are you trying to shame them into finding you attractive? This is the problem that people have with you, is that you're trying to shame people into finding you attractive. Just because you get a BBL means nothing.
That X-Man is going to meet her, his days of future past, if they keep playing.
Appreciate that, Pink Unicorn.
Trans and see what they say. Let's go.
Now look at the dude on the end. He said 3. Should be like 0, but like they didn't tell them that they're trans, but he could sense it. Cause I know he heard that voice. He's like, oh no, oh no.
Okay, I'm not talking to you there. Okay, so. Would it still be 9 if I was trans?
Now see that question, would it still be 9 if they were trans? Why are you playing these games? What is with this? You have a lot of men out here who will get very violent if you're playing with them like this. Why are you trying to, what is this, like a self-esteem boost? Yeah, that's why he said 3. He said no.
What's funny?
What's funny is that you're a grown man out here trying to find interest from other men who are not attracted to you. It don't matter if you got the surgery. It don't matter if you're taking the hormones. You are out here making a fool of yourself. You're making a fool of yourself. That's why they're laughing at you, because you're making a fool of yourself. See, he said, I told you. He said, I told you. He said, I told you. He knew that was, he was like, man, that ain't no woman. But those are, I would not be surprised if those guys were probably like 18, 19. They, but he probably could tell. This person is making a fool of themselves. Shout out to the Pink Unicorn again.
They are promoting their Only Trans account.
Yeah, Only Trans. Right? They trying to promote the Only. Like, come on, why are you going up to random men saying this? And they so comfortable going up to these men. I told you. He said, look at them boys running. Look at that.
Hey, y'all.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to shame these guys? Because most men, like a lot of men are they're about the physical. They'll see somebody and they might look like, oh, they may look like a woman. And some of these guys might be like, they have a nice body or whatever, right? But then you listen to them, you really look at this person's face. I mean, ain't no way. You look at the face, you listen to the voice, that you're gonna say this is a woman, this is not an attractive woman, even if it was a woman. Okay, it reminds me, like I told y'all early in the live stream, about that Caucasian woman that did that video trying to expose that black guy who wanted to date her or whatever. I told you that chick looked like Jim the plumber. This is another person. There's no attraction there. No matter how much surgery you get. The voice. Like, one of the best features a woman has is her voice. And a man who's dealt with a lot of women will know what that female voice is. You can't hide it. You can't mask it. You can't fake it. You either have it or you don't. Just off that alone, a man can sense whether you're male or female. And then you look at this person's face. I mean, you know, the red flags are there, even if you don't talk to them. So this is my problem with the trans community. Y'all are trying to shame men who have no interest in dealing with men. You're trying to shame them for not having interest in you. Just because you dress up like a woman and get surgery to look like a woman does not make you a woman. No, you cannot have periods. Okay, these same people are upset at Jess Hilarious because she says that you males can't have a period. No, you can't. You'd have to have a mental illness to believe that. You can dress up, you can date who you want to date, but the shaming needs to stop. It needs to stop. And that's what's going on here. You going up to these dudes, embarrassing yourself. Now, again, I'm not saying that this person aren't going to have males that are going to be interested in sleeping with them, because there are males out there that will sleep with anything. We see some of the women they date. But and how thirsty they can be. But to walk up to men you don't know that aren't approaching you, because I can see if these men approached you. None of them approached you. You approached them, and you're upset because they don't find you attractive after finding out that you're trans. They don't have to find you attractive. I don't understand this notion where they don't have to find you attractive whatsoever. They weren't bothering you. You walked up to them. You wanted their attention. That's why you stood there and you were asking them to rate you from 1 to 10. This is the society, and the level of confidence that this person had to walk up there and say, you know what? Well, I'm not a real woman. I'm a trans. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But they're trying to push this to be normal. Again, you can dress up however you want to dress up. You can date who you want to date, but you can't be walking up to random people shaming them. Shout out to Keys.
Jay, sad to say some of these dudes might circle back of camera like, what
Right.
was you talking about, lol?
Yeah, that is true, Keys. That is true. And I believe that's the case. But that's the way males are, man. But once again, how do you know that they're not going to put you out there? Because these trans people have proven that they cannot keep their mouth shut about the males that they sleep with. So you're only going to be putting yourself in a situation to be embarrassed. Let's be real about this. So we need to, this whole conversation, this whole trying to shame men and trick them needs to stop. It needs to stop. Shout out to everybody that's here. This is, play this back in. This is crazy.
We're about to go into Lenox Mall, and I'm going to ask people to rate me 1 to 10.
Lenox Mall.
And then we're going to tell them I'm trans and see what they say.
Wait, what are you doing?
Let's go.
Shout out to Keys.
But yeah, this is terrible.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Three. Because he could tell. And that's why they got mad. Y'all see how this trans woman got upset when that guy said 3? Because he could sense it. Because he's been around women. He could tell. Like, that ain't no woman. He could tell. And you can see how mad they got. No, you're not a 10 because you got a BBL. Okay, you're gonna need more than a BBL. You see, men want feminine women. You know, you can't just have a big butt and think that men are gonna. That's all. No, if you look beat in the face and your voice is weird, men are not gonna be interested. Especially if they've dealt with a lot of women. What makes you any? You know what you're trying to pretend to be. What makes you any different? Because of what you're trying to pretend to be. You're trying to pretend to be a woman. And again, you can dress how you want to dress. You can date who you want to date. But this is atrocious. Walking up to random dudes trying to gauge their interests. You see, if the camera wasn't on, this trans woman would try to talk to them and claim that they were a real woman.
Okay, would it still be fine if I was trans? What's funny? Why are you running away?
And she made the camera person record him. He walking away because he knows what you are. That's why. Look, he said, I told you. He said, I told you. Because he know. Like, that ain't no woman. That's a wannabe who looks like one. There's a wannabe that's trying to look like one.
I told you.
Embarrassing. Just embarrassing yourself. She literally looks like Jim in the face. This person literally looks like Jim in the face. Jim with the wig on, with some makeup. That's how.
Yes, Jesse was right. Men don't have cycles. And
Right.
men don't have to jump to put jeans on. Shout
Right.
out to Beyonce Tears of Joy.
Appreciate that, Enos. Like, this is embarrassing, man. Listen, stop walking up to men that have no interest. That's crazy. I thought, listen, people try to make men creeps just for approaching. Have y'all noticed they try to demonize straight men from approaching women because they don't want straight men approaching women. They want straight men approaching trans people. Or they want trans people approaching straight men, right? That's okay. That's normal. But a straight man approaching a woman is a bad thing. It's creepy, and we need to do something about it. They're trying to push that. They're trying to demonize and shame straight men from approaching women that they're interested in because they don't want men with women. They want men out here with wannabe women. That's what they want. That's why they're trying to push this bullshit about harassment because they don't want men with women. They want men with pretend women. That's what they want. That's what they want. I want to talk about that, man, because that was just crazy to me about what's going on and the agendas that they're trying to push. They're trying to push this agenda onto men like we're supposed to accept. Like we're supposed to accept like no, like I don't care like who these people date and who they want to be with, like, but you can't shame me for not wanting to be with them. Like I'm not interested. Like I'm interested in women, not somebody pretending to be a woman. But that's the propaganda they're trying to push. Well, shout out to everybody. So thank y'all for being here on this afternoon. Thank y'all for rocking with me. I told y'all we got a lot that we got to go through. I want to get to another story. This probably be the last one. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Give me a second. We're going to talk about Joel Embiid, who just got married. Joel Embiid just got married to Anna D. Paula. They got married in the Hamptons. They have a child together. And you would think that this would be a great occasion. But apparently it is not. You know why? Because there are people that don't like the fact that him and Trae Young are marrying white women. Even though Joel has been with his girlfriend for some couple of years, and Trae Young, was with his now wife Shelby for a long time, right? That don't matter. They're mad because they're marrying white women. Black women, I don't know how many times I have to tell y'all this, but you're the most unwifeable people probably in the Americas. And you've done it to yourself. You've done it to yourself. We have tried to tell you over and over, listen, you're going to have to do something with that attitude. You're going to have to do something because these black men, and y'all got to understand, Trae Young is from America. Joel is from the continent. You got melanated brothers from two different continents that are still with white women. They're with white women. And they're getting pushback. It's almost like a how dare you not get with one of these black women. Well, maybe the black woman didn't want them before they got all this success. Because again, Trae Young was with his girlfriend before he got to the NBA. But here we are where people want to shame them for who they chose. Let's get into Joel Embiid first. For a news break. Joel Embiid, big year might have had its biggest day yet. The 2023 NBA MVP and Philadelphia 76ers star got married to his longtime partner Ann in the Southampton on Saturday afternoon. The two snapped portraits together on Crider Beach and officially tied the knot in a church ceremony. Rumors swirled in 2018 that Embiid was in a relationship with a Sports Illustrated model, which was later confirmed. In one of his toughest moments in the league, the 76ers were eliminated by the Toronto Raptors in the 2019 Eastern Conference Finals on a Kawhi Leonard buzzer beater. D. Paula was there to support the big man. The two share a son together, Arthur, that was born in September 16th, 2020. That's some of the wedding photos. Okay, y'all see the bride? Hold on. There. The bride is there. Hold on. Make sure that y'all can see. I don't know why this. Okay, let's bring this into focus here. Okay. There we go. That's him and the bride there. Sports Illustrated model. Now, there are going to be people that are going to say, well, she wouldn't have wanted him if he wasn't in the NBA. That might be true, but would he have wanted her if she wasn't a model? You got to think about that too. Right? Some more photos of them there. Joel. Now, again, I want y'all to know, I'm not the biggest fan of marriage. I think marriage is just, successful men should not be out here marrying women, especially women who make way less than. Shout out to Griner. Appreciate that. Because it could become a trap. That marriage could fall apart as soon as it began. That's why I think that men should. I hope he made her sign a prenup. Don't let that woman fool you into not signing a prenup, Joel. Look at DJ Mustard. DJ Mustard's prenup was, I think, held up. So hopefully you made her sign a prenup. I think no man should marry a woman without a prenup. If you want to get married so badly, make her sign a prenup. Do not marry her without one. When Arthur sees him, there is no one else in the room. It is the most beautiful thing ever, DePaula told ESPN in 2021. Embiid tied the knot on Long Island, but it's not the first time the 7-foot center has been tied to New York this year. In an interview earlier this offseason, Embiid alluded to the fact that he'd like to win an NBA title anywhere. Michael Rubin. So I want to win a championship. Whatever it takes, I don't know where that's going to be, whether it's in Philly or anywhere else. I just want to have a chance to accomplish that. He didn't name New York, but okay. Not long after those comments, ESPN's Zane Lowe and David McMenamin teased a possibility of a 6-time All-Star pairing with the Knicks. That would be, I don't know if that would be good because they already have a good young nucleus there. They don't need Joel, but, you know, a mean lineup at the Acela Express and send him up to New York. That's been what has been the murmurs. Lowe said, New York. We've all heard New York. We know the connection between Leon Rose and Joel Embiid. All right. So that's Joel. Let's go to Trae Young. Let's go to Marca. It says Trae Young is officially a married man, having chosen to tie the knot with his longtime girlfriend, Shelby Miller, at the age of 24, which I think is very young. These guys should not be getting married until they're in their 30s, I believe, until your career is about to be wrapped up. Marrying in the prime of your career is just a stupid thing to do because these guys are not going to leave these other women alone, but that's just me. And these women want to just be married and tied to an NBA player. What happens when you're no longer an NBA player? Are they still going to want to be there? The couple have been together since 2017 when they met at the University of Oklahoma, and they share a one-year-old son together. Miller is currently pregnant for the second time, and the couple are understood to be expecting a baby girl. Young has been followed in a list of NBA stars to get married during the current offseason, with Joel also doing so earlier in the summer. It is memorable events of guests as Trae Young's wedding, although rather bizarrely, both the bride and groom were dressed in all white. The event took place in the Bahamas, and social media was abuzz with pictures and videos from the event, especially the after party. As you can see, it's family together. Who can hate on this? This is why I want to know who in their right mind. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of marriage, but I'm not about to sit here and denigrate a man for choosing his own path. I just would say good luck to him, you know, but I'm not going to denigrate him and disrespect him. I'm not going to do that. I'm not you people. You know, you people will do that, but not me. I have actual, you know, self-respect, and I have respect for Trae Young, and I'm not going to do that. All I can do is say good luck to him and, you know, hope it works out for him. I'm not going to sit there and hate on the fact that he's with a white woman. You know, I've seen melanated women get into a relationship with married men and date them. That don't make me upset. She chose that. So it is what it is, you know. Some pictures from the event. All right. Says them. He didn't marry no Instagram model. That's what I can respect too. He didn't marry some BBL'd Instagram model. He married a woman that, you know, he was in college with, right? He was in college. He met her in college, right? I tell y'all, you black women better be careful. White women see the potential in these guys and they go in. You black women want them to be successful before y'all make that move, and then you lose out. You lose out. And then you be in the shade room comment section mad about this. This is what's angering them in the shade room comment section. This is what got them upset. But guess what? He started dating her at Oklahoma. Where were you at? Where were you at? Their engagement has been a long one, with Young popping the question back in December 2021. That's not a long time. That's like maybe a year, some months, you know. Even their son, Titus, was dressed in white for the occasion. The wedding virtually acts as a culmination of an excellent 2-year period for the Atlanta Hawks star. Not only did he sign a 5-year, $215 million contract extension with the Hawks last year, he is now a married man. I hope it works out for him. Listen, I'm not a fan of marriage. I'm not going to apologize for it. But I hope it works out for him and Joelle. I really do. I'm not no hater. You know, I just think marriage is a joke. I really do. I don't respect it. You know why I don't respect it? Because a lot of these women don't respect it. Because who's getting the divorces? It's them. They're getting the divorces. Men are not divorcing their wives. These women are divorcing because they are bored. They have what they want. They know that they can get child support, spousal support, property. Once they know they can get that, they're out of there because they don't really want to be what they got. Now, I think this has the potential to last a long time because they met in college before he got to the NBA. See, it'd be different if it was a situation where he married her he met her while he was an active NBA player and she only knows him as an NBA player. She wasn't with him when he, didn't have the regular haircuts, right? When there was no sign that he was going to be a great NBA player, right? Or he was going to be signing a $215 million contract, right? So I just, I'm not a fan of marriage. I think marriage is a joke. I don't think men benefit from it whatsoever. You can't build a family with these women in 2023 unless you move to another country. This country is going down the drain. If you want to build a family, you got to go elsewhere. This country is going into the drain. And if you think that you're going to really build a solid foundational family and community here, you are delusional. You're delusional. But shout out to him and Joelle, Salute to everybody that's here. Thank y'all for being in the stream tonight. Oh, today. It's almost night. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that has donated, who has liked the stream. I may do more of these streams right around 4 o'clock. I think 4 o'clock might be a good, because I actually used to do streams. I used to do streams around 4, 3 or 4 at times, 5. It used to be like 5 or 6 I used to do live streams, right? So yeah. I may end up doing that again. Also, make sure y'all sign up to my Patreon. I am doing exclusive videos. Go check out the Keke Palmer video I did over there. I will be putting up my Andrew Tate and conservative women, and where I go in on, I expose, conservative women for who they are. So make sure y'all go and check that out. Also, go and follow me on all my platforms. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Now I'm gonna pin it to the top. I'm gonna pin it. Y'all go and check out all the links to my channel. It wouldn't let me pin it. God damn it. So appreciate y'all. Let me see. Also, go subscribe to all my Rumble channels. I'm gonna put this one in the chat, but you could just type up Jada Black over on Rumble and you'll see all my channels. But yeah, go and follow me on all the social media so y'all I put up posts on all my social media whenever I go live or when I post a video, especially Facebook and Twitter. So if you have those platforms and you have not followed me over there, make sure you do it. And follow me on Instagram too. And let me say something. I saw something before I went live, right? There are males who are following me on Facebook. You have to, follow back. They like to post women in their stories, right? Women who barely have anything on, but they won't repost my content. So you're willing to post heifers who are damn near nude, but you won't post my video content. Why is my video content unpostable, but you're posting heifers you don't know? Okay. I just want to say that. I just want to say that, like, what's going on out here, man? Things are just backwards, man. But thank y'all for being here. I appreciate all of y'all. You've been a great audience. Salute to the moderators, the channel members, the patrons. The people that share my content, support my content. That's it for me. I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure y'all become members of the channel too. Click that join button. You joining one of the best platforms on this. All right. I'll see y'all next one. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of your day. All right.
They say you can't put a price on